Hello everyone, it's been a while, hasn't it? I thought I would pop on with a quick little vlog to give you a bit of an update about my office and the garage conversion and how it's all going, because the room has actually been finished. Today is Tuesday the 21st of June, maybe? I was at Woolmonty this weekend, which was a fantastic show, and actually there were so many podcast viewers. It was amazing. It blew me away how many of you came up to me and said hello, and it was so nice to meet some of you in person for the first time. So that was lovely. It was a really, really nice show, and I will probably be applying again next year because, yeah, it was lovely. But yeah, I got home yesterday after a little bit of delay because my car decided to break down on the way home, but RAC came out eventually and fixed it, and I got home about 9 o'clock, not horrendously late either, so yeah. So today the kids are at school and I am just having a bit of a pottering day. I thought I would make a start on sorting out the office because I can't really unpack all my stuff from Woolmonty until I've got kind of the shelving and stuff sorted in here. So I'm having a little bit of a go at that. The plan is to move our bookshelves from the dining room, the ones that are usually the backdrop of the podcast. The plan is to move those in here to use for yarn storage, and then we're going to get some different bookshelves for the house, and there's lots of plans. It's quite complicated. I'm not going to go into it all because I'll be talking to you for hours. But yeah, the room is finished. So I know most of you know kind of what we were having done because you will watch the podcast, I'm sure. But we had our garage converted into a room. Our garage was an internal garage, I guess. It's just literally attached to the side of the house with a door from the utility room into the back of it. So we've had that converted, which meant that they didn't have to do masses of external building work, which is brilliant. And we had the door to the utility room blocked up, and we had a new door put into our hallway to turn this into an office / spare bedroom. We've got a 3-bedroom house, and with 2 boys, they've got a bedroom each. It leaves us with no spare room for guests, and the sofa bed, which is what I'm sitting on, usually lives in the lounge, and we tend to sleep on it when people come and stay and they can have our room. But it's just nicer to be able to offer a room that isn't our lounge, basically. To be honest, we'll probably still sleep on the sofa bed when people come to stay because it's just nicer, but at least it will be in a room that isn't the lounge. So that's the plan. Yeah, so I need to sort it out. Do you want to have a look? Do you want to see the state of it at the moment? Oh, also, I have shopping from Woolmonty. Shall I share shopping from Woolmonty? I am hoping to podcast, but it probably won't be until Monday. It probably won't be until next week because I need to get this space sorted out. I'm hoping to have a post-show shop update on Friday evening. So I'm going to need to kind of find time amongst the chaos to get photographs, things done, get the website uploaded and updated and all of that kind of stuff. So in all honesty, I'm probably not going to manage to get a podcast recorded until Monday. But hopefully next Monday I will be able to come and sit down, and it probably won't be completely ready. You'll probably have a slightly dodgy backdrop, slightly dodgy lighting, but we'll make it work. But I can show you what I got, can't I? So I didn't go mad. I got a few bits and pieces. I'm going to take it all out the bag first so it's a bit less crinkly. 2 of the things I haven't actually got next to me, but I will share those on the podcast. But I bought a couple of skeins of yarn from Suzanne at Green Lambkin Yarns because it was her first yarn show, and she's lovely. I've watched Suzanne's vlogs for ages. If you haven't watched them, then go check them out on YouTube. She is Green Lambkin on YouTube, and she does lots of vlogs. Her vlogmases are one of my favourites because the decorations she does at Christmas are amazing. So I picked up 2 Christmas skeins from her. This one here, which is called Christmas Eve Magic. It's just so pretty, these speckles. And I'm going to pop these aside for Christmas socks. I might even start them early. See, I'm not going to start them early, am I? What am I like? I haven't even finished the Christmas socks that I cast on earlier in the year. Maybe I will pop them aside for Christmas socks this year, but at some point they will become Christmas socks. And then I also picked up this one as well. This is the one that jumped out to me first. This one is called All is Calm. Isn't that beautiful? And there are Suzanne's details. So I'm really pleased with those two sparkly skeins. And then I also picked up a pack of minis. These are D&D minis from Temporal Spin Yarns, who was a couple of stalls up from me in the show. She does a lot of kind of geeky inspired yarns, a lot of Doctor Who stuff, and she also had some D&D bits and pieces. Her details aren't actually on her sticker, but these are D&D minis. So I couldn't resist those when I spotted them. And yeah, she had some really fun. She had some really fun self-striping that was inspired by... oh, I've forgotten his name. Tom Baker. I wanted to say Tom Jones, and I knew that was completely wrong, so I got stuck. Tom Baker's Doctor Who, his scarf. So that was really, really fun. And then Jem actually bought this for me as a thank you because I shipped pretty much her whole... She shipped all her yarn to me, and then I drove all her yarn to Sheffield for the Wool Monty. So... yeah, I had 2 stalls worth of stuff in my car. So she picked me up a 50-gram sock snake from Ducky Darlings. Isn't this colourway gorgeous? And these are, so she hand cranks them on a circular sock knitting machine and sells them as tubes. And this is a 50-gram tube. And then I'll put my own heels, toes and cuffs in. And I actually stole I stole one of my minis from my random little mini set to put in as heels, toes and cuffs at some point. So I will turn those into a pair of socks, which will be really fun. I've done it on tubes that I've cranked myself before, but it'll be interesting doing it on a different sized tube, if that makes sense. And then finally, I picked up a pom-pom from Robin at the Crafty Bird, who was on the stall opposite us. And joined us for dinner. We had a lovely time actually. We ate out and had meals and it was a really nice weekend. But yeah, I picked up this gorgeous pom-pom. I've no idea what hat it's going to go on. I just fell in love with the pom-pom. I also got, which I don't have to show right now and I will try and remember to show it on the podcast, but she also does with her kind of scraps of faux fur, the stuff that she can't isn't enough to make into pom-poms. She makes little pom-pom, hang on, I didn't word that right. It isn't enough to make into hat-sized pom-poms, but she makes them into little key rings, pom-pom key rings. So I also picked up a pom-pom key ring, which I've already got on my bag, which is why I don't have it next to me. But yeah, not too much, just a few little bits and pieces. And yeah, it was a lovely weekend. I'm rambling now. Shall I show you the room and what's happening? And I'm also going to show you the utility room so I can tell you, because I know a couple of people have asked questions about if we've had the garage converted, where am I going to die and what's going to happen with that. So I will take you around a little bit and give you a little tour and show you those bits and pieces, I think. So we will start in the hallway. So this is our hallway. And here is the brand new door that's gone through. We had a little issue with the tiling. They had to take a radiator out. There was a radiator here, which is why there's holes in the floor. And when they took the radiator out, the tiles got damaged and they couldn't get replacement tiles. And it was either a case of wait until a lot later in the year when the tiler was available to come and repair it, or they would not charge us for that part of the tiling and we could get it done ourselves. So I think we're going to just replace all the tiling in the hallway. We're just going to replace it. To be fair, I don't really like these tiles anyway. They were here when we moved in. They're brown and I'm not a big brown fan. So we're going to replace it with, I think, some kind of grey, slaty style tiles, something like that. We did think about doing laminate flooring because if I open the door to the room, you'll see we had laminate flooring put in here, and we did think they offered to extend the laminate flooring and do the hallway in laminate flooring. But the problem is we've got laminate flooring in our lounge, and it wasn't going to match. And I don't know, I just didn't like the idea of having two completely different types of laminate flooring next to each other and not matching. I think I'd rather have, I mean, because it's fine, having the tiles breaking it up works. Does that make sense? So yeah, anyway, flooring. This is going to be like a bit of a house renovation vlog, isn't it? So yeah, we need to sort out the tiling. But that's the only kind of issue we've had with the whole process. But then this is my room. So this used to be the garage. This door, as I said, it didn't exist before. So we have got a window at this end. It's a bit chaotic at the moment because I've got all my stuff in. You can see where I sat and chatted to you a minute ago. We've got a nice window at this end that looks out the front of the house. I need to sort out some blinds or some curtains or something like that. I'm loving our neighbours across the road who've really decorated for Pride, and that Pride flag makes me happy. Every single morning I look out the window and see that rainbow flag flying. It's lovely. Yeah, the plan is to have the sofa bed. Oh, I've just kicked baskets. The plan is to have the sofa bed kind of here. I'm not sure how. We need to work out a few bits and pieces as to whether we're going to be able to pull it out. I think what we're going to need to do is make sure that whatever we put this side is movable, so that when we do need to pull the sofa bed out, which to be fair is only, maybe 3 times a year. It's not that often, so it's not a big deal. But make sure it's easily movable. But yeah, I'm hoping this end will be a bit like a seating area, so that like at the weekends when the kids are watching TV or playing computer games, we've got somewhere that we can go and sit and not have to listen to it constantly. And then the other end of the room is just empty at the moment and even more chaos. So that's the end of the garage where I used to die, and the door through to the utility room used to be there. If you've seen my garage before, that'll make sense to you. And the plan is to get a whole wall. Oh, why have you decided to not focus? There we go. We were having some focusing issues. Hopefully I've resolved them, I think. So yeah, that wall is where the garage door was and where I used to die. And the plan is to have bookshelves put against that wall, which I'll have for kind of yarn storage and stuff like that. I'm going to pop a desk there where all that stuff currently is. That is actually kitchen stuff for the utility room, which I will explain shortly. And then I'll hopefully get something in the way of kind of big Kallax kind of storage on this wall, which I can put undyed stock and stuff like that in. So this end will be the kind of the working end, and then that end will be a little bit more kind of sitting down crafty area kind of end. I'm probably going to get some shelves put up. It's a work in progress. Right, let me go and show you the utility room and explain why I have kitchen worktop and cupboards in here at the moment. Okay, so this is the utility room. It's quite small, so it's going to be hard to show you. I'm actually standing in the kitchen in the doorway at the moment. As you can see, at the moment we've got a little bit of work surface, and I tend to use this for like rinsing yarn and stuff like that, because previously there was a door there that went through into the garage. So I worked at this end of the garage, and I'd then bring my yarn through and rinse it in the sink and everything like that. But this is now going to become my dye space. So what we're actually going to do is we've got worktop that's going to go along here, along this wall. We're going to move the washing machine out into the centre. We're going to put a corner cupboard in there, and then we can have just one single cupboard up this end with the washing machine in the middle, because we still need to keep the washing machine in the utility room. And then we're also going to pop, because we had to buy 3 meters of worktop because that's how they sell it, even though we only needed like, I can't remember, like 1.8 meters or something like that. It means we've got spare worktop. So what we're actually going to do is the tumble dryer will be going in the office anyway, because strangely, because I actually store my light box on top of it. It was in the garage until the work started, because we used to have a fridge there. And my light box goes on top of it, and it's a condenser dryer, so it doesn't need to be plumbed in or anything, which is really handy. So that will be going back into the office, just because it's nice and easy to have my light box on top of it, and I have no issues with the tumble dryer being in there, so that's where it's going to go. And we're going to stick another corner cupboard in here and actually just extend this worktop out kind of to the end here to give me a bit of extra worktop space in here as well. So yeah, that's the plan. This will become my dye space. I'm getting a countertop oven which will hold 4 pans of yarn in, not the deep pans that I use. There'll be narrower pans, but the dyeing style and technique will be very, very similar. So it should be fine to translate kind of what I'm doing. So hopefully I'll be ordering that this week. Wow, I filled one bookshelf. This is all my current stock. Looks quite a lot when it's sat on the bookshelf, isn't it? I've done baskets at the bottom. So at the very bottom there, those 2 baskets are all the stripes left over from the show. So they will be going on the website, hopefully on Friday. That's the plan anyway. I've got a basket of random mini bundles that I'm going to be photographing and hopefully getting on the website. And then that basket has got all the sock sets in. So all the colour of the month that's still in stock on the website and the sock sets and stuff like that. Then we've got 2 shelves of merino nylon, a shelf of DK, and then at the very top, a shelf of just mixed, like there's BFL, merino bamboo, and a bit of sparkle. I haven't got a lot of any of those bases in stock at the moment. But yeah, they're always available dye to order anyway. And then I've got this big basket, this big shopping bag down here is filled with stuff that is about to go into my discount box on my website. I am discontinuing a couple of collections, the Cupcake collection, the Flower Fairies collection. They've been around a very long time and they just aren't selling as well, basically, and I want to make room for new collections, so they are going to be discontinued, so they're going to be going into the discount box hopefully on Friday as well. So big bag of bargains, really. And then the last things I need to sort out are in these 2 bags. I've got a random basket of just random 20-gram mini skeins that won't go on they won't be going on the website individually anytime soon, but I need to find somewhere to put them. And then I've got all of my mini packs and stuff from the show. And in this one, I've got sheets. What else? What is in that one? Kits, I think, in here. Yeah, all the leftover kits from the show. But I need the other bookshelf in, really, in order to put those on. And I don't think I can do that myself today because it's too buried. I hope you've enjoyed my little catch up and chaos of starting to sort this room. I know I'm not showing it to you completed yet because obviously it's still a work in progress. But I just thought today I would just get the camera out and just actually record because it's been so long since I've sat down and recorded anything, and I've not really done vlogs recently at all either. And I think I just needed to kind of bite the bullet and do it, even if it's going to be chaos. But hopefully you'll have got to see a little bit about how the room's coming on and what the dye space is going to look like, and I'll try and do a few more vlogs and things, just random ones as and when I'm trying to get stuff sorted, so you can kind of see the progress of the room and hopefully the progress of the dye space. Although the dye space is going to be a bit of a nightmare because we ordered everything from B&Q, and we specifically chose B&Q because if you collected the worktop from B&Q, they would cut it to size, whereas if you just order it, it arrives as a 3-meter worktop and Tom would have to cut it to size, and we don't really have the equipment for that. So it was easier to get it done in store and cut to size for us. But annoyingly, when we ordered it, the doors, everything was ready to collect, and we were able to go and collect it. So we've got the cabinets, we've got the worktop and everything like that. But what we don't have is the doors to the cupboards, which is fine. I was kind of like, that's fine, you know, that's not the end of the world. I can have cupboards without doors. What we also don't have is what they call the blanking panels, which are the, so for the corner cupboards, they're the same as a double fronted floor unit. But instead of putting a door on, because it's inside under the work surface, you put a blanking panel on. So they won't be arriving until mid-August, which means that we can't actually put the cabinets in place or the worktop in place until mid-August, because yeah, you can't really build it and then put it all together without those, because you can't get in there to fit them later. So yeah, it's a bit annoying that we've got all the stuff sitting here in the house waiting and we're not going to be able to get them until mid-August. They did say they could deliver them earlier, but it's when we're away, so that's our fault. But yeah, so hence the dining table, the old dining table that used to be my desk in the garage, is in there. And I'm hoping that when I get my oven, I'll be able to just stick it on there for a while and just make the most of the space. Because I need to start dyeing Advents. I can't not dye until the end of August. That's just not going to work at all. So it's going to be a little bit haphazard. I might have to stick a camping table up in there for a little while and just make the most of it until August, when we can finally get it all sorted and all finished. But yeah, I will hopefully be back next week with a podcast once things are a little bit more organised. I'm going to sneeze, having moved bookcases around. There's dust everywhere. Oh, and as I said, I'll try and do a little bit more vlogs with the putting together of this room, I guess. But I hope you've enjoyed this, and sorry for disappearing for so long again. You know, life just gets in the way. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.